Hey guys, Lindsay here. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm very excited to finally share with you the Whalesong palette from Menagerie Cosmetics. I have been really excited about this palette ever since she teased just like a mock-up of it on Instagram. Very gorgeous colors inside here, and as I've mentioned before, Menagerie is one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. I mean, it's one of those intense in-your-face pigments kind of shadows. So if you're not into that, you might not like this, but I personally love it. And this is definitely one of my favorite formulas. So very, very excited about this one. This was a pre-order. So the first batch of pre-orders, she did like a small batch of pre-orders due to a bunch of like manufacturing issues. And she kind of had some issues that caused a little bit of a delay, but I feel like she did a really good job of communicating that to customers via both Instagram and email. So that's really good. But yeah, so this is the first batch of pre-orders. And if I've timed this correctly, which this was totally unintentional, but now that I'm seeing it on their website, I'm actually pretty happy. I think I'm planning on putting this video up on Thursday. And when I look on their website, it says that the next pre-order is going to go up on the 28th, which would be Friday. So that would mean you're seeing this right before the next pre-order release. So if this ends up sparking your interest and you really want to order this palette, you'll get your chance. So it says restocks 6/28. I don't know that they'll actually have it legitimately in stock. I'm sure it'll probably be another pre-order, but yeah, if you're interested, go check out their website on Friday. I don't know, you'd probably want to check their Instagram for the time. It's usually like 10 a.m. Central Standard, but check to be sure. Don't take my word for it. So let me give you a couple other details about the palette before we get into looking at it and everything. It is both vegan and cruelty-free. The shadows are all made in the US. So she gets the palettes, the actual like palette component made for her, but they hand press the shadows here in the US. I think it's both her and her husband that do it. So that's really awesome. And yes, this is a very gorgeous blue-green palette. I'm very, very excited to show this to you. First off, we have to appreciate the artwork because she always does phenomenal jobs with the artwork on her palettes. Like, that's one of my favorite parts. So let's take a nice little close-up look at the artwork. So this is what the palette looks like. It's very beautiful. On the back, it's just navy blue. It's got their website. It says vegan and cruelty-free, 12 months shelf life. Cover art is by Montjart. I'll put that up here. Yeah, and then it's got the address for the US manufacturing of the shadows. Now I know you guys are excited about the inside, so let's go ahead and take a look. This is what the inside looks like. Very, very beautiful. I know that some people were comparing it to that Ace Beauté palette that came out, the Oceanic palette. I think when you look at them side by side, there maybe are some similarities, but I believe Beaute Bean has both of them, and I think she kind of like held them up and compared them side by side. And when you actually saw them side by side, like on video, they don't look quite as similar anymore. You've got certain tones that are gonna be more vibrant or deeper or just like different, like it might be a navy blue, but it's a different variation of a navy blue. So I think you could still enjoy both palettes equally. They probably would complement each other really nicely. Yes, and then it's got a cute little whale up here at the top of the mirror, and you've got a little saying down here that says, blue whales are the largest animals on Earth with tongues weighing as much as an elephant. That's interesting. All right, so I'm not gonna go into too much more detail. I'm gonna go ahead and put some swatches up on the screen for you guys, and then we're going to get into a look. All right, guys, these are all the shades. I did want to just point out real quick that I did notice the shimmers, this one, this one, this one, and this one. You have 4 shimmers. They all definitely needed a little bit of layering. It's almost as though they don't have a very dark, like an underbase to them, which in my opinion means that they would all look really beautiful if you kind of tapped them or brushed them over the top of one of these mattes. Because you can see how you can layer them up and get these really gorgeous colors, but if you just do one swipe, you don't have like that base pigment. It's more just like the gorgeous shimmer, especially like with these two. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing around with these. I might try to do something like that where, kind of like I did with my ColourPop Blue look, where I use some of the matte across the lid and then put the shimmer on top of it. I don't know, we'll see. So let's just go ahead and jump into the eye look. All right, so I have MAC Paint Pot on my lid. I did not set it. I think I want to jump straight into Cetacean and kind of work this on the kind of brow crease area, the upper crease. Just kind of lightly adding this color in and blending it around. I do think I want to kind of blow it out a little bit, both above and under, because I just love, I mean, you guys know I like the blown out look, but I think a really pretty light blue can be very pretty, and I can actually bring a little bit more of my highlight into it. So we're gonna go ahead and just start with that. I don't entirely know what I want to do here, but I just really wanted to do this. Maybe we'll do two tones. Maybe we'll do green on this side and blue on this side. Why not? That way I can kind of use as many of the shades as possible, because I don't know how long it'll be before I can get another video up with this palette. I know I keep saying that, and I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sure you're sick of hearing it. But in case you're new and you're just tuning in, I just want to make sure you're aware. Schedule is crazy. All right, do I want to go full panda and bring it all the way under? I think I do. I do already have mascara on just because I just got home from work, but obviously we'll be putting more on top. So just get that blue all in there. Now I'm gonna bring it in a bit more with Dive and focus that more into the crease. Also pack it on this little outer portion a bit better. And then just back into the original fluffy brush. I didn't add anything, I'm just using the brush to kind of blend the two together a bit better. I'm going to take a skinny brush and I think I'm gonna go into Barnacle and really see if I can deepen up just the socket portion of the crease a little bit better. And then blend it upward a bit. And then I'm going to jump into a little bit of breaching and just kind of tap it on this outer area because this is very pigmented. Just kind of tap it and then I'll work on blending and I might switch to the other brush to blend. I want to keep the look pretty light, but I do want some depth on this outer corner. I think I'll jump back into the brush that I used on the blue, again, just to blend it together better. Maybe just a touch more of the breaching shade on the very outer corner. And then again, blend. Let's go ahead and just work all the way around. I'm gonna grab a liner brush and take Dive and just I'm gonna work on just stamping this pretty heavily on this lower lash line area because I already have mascara on down here, so I'm kind of stamping it underneath my my lashes. I think I will bring it down. I know I've been doing this a lot lately, but I don't care. I think it just looks really good and it brightens up a look when you have a lot of shadow going on, just to leave that little inner dash and then fill it in with a lighter highlight type of shade. So again, just kind of bring this down and then tap into breaching just for this outer part, right at the lash line. And kind of make sure it connects. Almost as if there's a wing, but there's not a wing. Actually got a little too much. Just gonna take a clean, just stained pencil brush, kind of buff that together a bit better. They're so beautiful. I mean, like the matte shades, they just blend very nicely. Let's go ahead and catch up the matte portion of the green eye. Let me clean all these brushes off because I'm gonna try to use the same brushes. All right, so we're gonna do the exact same thing. I will call out which shadows I'm using, but I'm not gonna go into any more detail than that because we're doing the exact same thing. So starting out with Kelp as the lightest shade. Green Panda eye check. All right, I think I'm gonna use Reef as my next shade. See how this goes together. That one seems to have a bit more of the brightness similar to the blue tones that I've been using, so I think this works nicely. And then Bubble Net. Probably our darkest shade on the green side. And go back with the Reef shade. this more into Kelp. Okay, and then doing Reef on that lower lash line, kind of smudged down pretty low. Leaving the little space going down on the inner part. And then bubble knit on the outer part of that lower lash line. Bring it up like a faux wing. All right, now it's shimmer time. I think I will tie both of them in by using Pearl on the inner corner and probably in that little accent space. I think I'll do opposite shimmers. So I'm gonna do Whalesong the blue on the green eye, and I'll do Splash, which is the green, on the blue eye. I'm not quite sure how far I'm gonna go with them yet, so we'll just try and see how it looks. I'm gonna add just a little bit of Fluke over the top of the green one just because it's not as bright as the blue on the other side, so I want to kind of give it the same brightness. And those two together are stunning, very beautiful. All right, I'm just gonna take a flat brush and spray it and kind of get a little bit closer into the inner portion of the eye. I'm not trying to make it like a cut crease though, I'm letting it kind of fade off on its own, let it kind of fade off into the outer corner. And then like I mentioned, the inner corner will be Pearl. Grab a pencil brush. I think I'll spray it. And then take that same Pearl shade and put it on that little lower lash line area. All right, so for liner, I think I'm going to stick with green and blue, and I think I'll do it opposite? Yeah, I'll do it to match the shimmer. So the green will go on this side, the blue will go on this side. This is Teaspoon from ColourPop, and this is Makeup Forever number I-24 or 124. I really don't know if this is even sold anymore, but yeah, it's just a, you know, bluish pencil. So let me do that and pop on some lashes and a lip, and I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Here's our little two-toned look. Definitely happy with the way this turned out. Of course, I already knew I was gonna love those shadows. And the shimmers that I put on the lid actually went on a lot more like opaque than I thought that they were going to be just from the swatch, but it did blend really nicely over that shadow. So definitely happy with that. Lashes, I did my little Space Queen lashes from Alien Cosmetics, my favorite. And then for lips, I had already had the Kristen Dominique Lemonade Gloss in Peach Tea. I already had that on my lips, so it's just very light. But I just tapped a little bit of Hades, the ColourPop lipstick. I just tapped a little bit of that over the top to give it a bit more of a peachy look, and I'm happy with the way that looks. I like the way the peach goes with these blues and greens. But yes, very beautiful. My little blue and green panda eyes. I love it. Yes, definitely happy with this palette. Can't wait to play with it more. Not surprised, really. Like I said, it's one of my favorite formulas. Love Menagerie. And if you're interested in this palette, make sure you go check out their website tomorrow, Friday the 28th, because that's when they're going to do the next release of Whalesong palettes. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.